And there, YouTube fans. This is the real Creepy Dollman here. I'm back with an all-new episode. It's July the 19th of 2019. Time is now 2:12 a.m. Okay, this is part 2 of the real Creepy Dollman from Louisville, Kentucky tells another true story of the succubus spirit doll. Part 2 now begins now. Now, let's get back into conclusion that I said earlier, that I stated earlier that both me and the real creepy ghost hunter Jr. had communicated with this one spirit. He claims to be a guardian angel named Bobby. Now, in doing so, we had communicated with the spirit in the past. We don't know for sure if he is, in fact, an angel. For all we know, he could be another demonic spirit that could be lying to both of us. But into doing so, we have found out that this Bobby has, communicate with this other spirit to find out the true nature of the meaning of what her name is. And in doing so, he found out that she's actually a succubus demon, which is a female, sex demon. And we asked him what was her name when we did, interview, try to get to interview him to contact through her for, communications. And in that he communicate to her to find out more about her. And she would not tell him her true age, nor her true name. So meaning this demon here could be a lot older than you can believe. She might be older than probably Star the Possessed Doll, we don't know. But in the order that we have talked to the spirits before, Bobby's the main one we communicate with when we had difficulties communicating with another spirit. So he's our head man to communicate through the ordeal to the other spirits. And we communicate through him to communicate for the ordeal to hopefully he can communicate back to them to give us the answers what we need. So in doing so, that we have found out that this is a succubus demon, and we found some more juice of gossip from both me and the real creepy ghost hunter Jr. When we investigate further, we found out that, she's already visited me in my dreams several times, but a couple times also to the real creepy ghost hunter Jr. as well. And he's a lot younger than me, this young man is. And he's actually my cousin, and the sad part is he's very younger than me. He's about, I would say he's about probably 14 or 15 years old, I would say. And we communicate that this thing is trying to manipulate not just me, but also him. Could it be into a sexual favor with this succubus spirit? We don't know. But the problem is we continue on. And, we now have to watch our back since now we know the truth. And it stated that, is she a threat? Nobody knows. But I hadn't had a dream for a while. But we had, off and on communicate with Bobby for a reason. And recently, a couple of days ago, probably about 2 or 3 days ago, since she didn't have a name, I told her, I wrote down some names for her. And I decided to do something different. I closed my eyes and have her to guide my finger to the name she pointed at. And she pointed to Layla. And I have it written down on paper somewhere here on an envelope. And she picked that name out not once, but twice. That was the name she wanted to prefer to be called, since she has no name. And in doing so, I have the paper, and I don't have it on me right now, but in the third video, I will bring it back and show you the name when I finally conclude this ordeal. But right now, that it didn't end that way, and, it's still going on as it is. She's probably still showing signs that she's coming back. And she just revisited me in my dream again recently, just yesterday, which is July the 18th of 2019. She reappeared for the first time late last night. and it was been a hectic that she decided to come back at all this time. That she has not been in my dreams for a very, very long time, and she's starting to communicate with me again. So I don't know if she's trying to get a sexual favor from me or force me into a sexual act. That's hard to determine what she wants. But with a succubus demon, they'll want anything. But the main thing she's probably wanting to is probably either, if she's not trying to steal my semen, she's probably trying to do much worse. So it's hard to say what's in store. But unless we communicate with Bobby again, the only way to find out for sure what is she wanting from me, and also what is she wanting from the Real Creepy Ghost Hunter Jr. is a mystery that I don't know. But long she stays trapped in this vessel is only for a short temporary time. Demons can only stay within them for a while. When I come back, I'm going to have to say something within the next round for everyone to know. And I said this to all the YouTube fans, all you diehard Real Creepy Doll Man fans, that I'm going to explain something at the very end of this, and I hopefully that all of you understand. But in return, when part 3 comes up next, I will have the conclusion in a few more minutes. But before we get out of this, I'm going to explain something again. That, you know, there's a difference. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video. You know the difference how the doll looks now. Well, after I cleaned the doll's face up, the red lips that she had painted on came off. The paint was very cheap, and it came off, and it revealed a lighter color of a pink lips in a way. So what you're seeing is a much lighter color than what they are. They were much darker than this. I've shown it in my last 2 videos. Her lips were a lot darker. I decided to clean her up, and I got all the dirt off her face the first time. But then she got dirty again, and what I did is went back and cleaned her again, and her lips came off, which was weird because it was a cheap paint, and this is how she looks now. This is actually really number 247. And I didn't change her whatsoever. That's the real one. Her lips are a lot lighter than they look. But don't let her fool you. She is actually a succubus. And I try to explain. But before this, I talked to the person who gave it to me. And I kind of freaked her out. And long story short, that she's thinking of putting a whammy on her. But I'm trying to give her a warning what I think is happening here about this doll. There's more to it than more than meets the eye, but there's something going on with this one. But I think she doesn't understand. But at the end of the collusion, we go back when I have talked to her before that. Before she even had these dolls, I think she warned me that she had played with the Ouija board quite a while back before this doll came in my possession. And I had her for a very long time. She had appeared in one of the videos where there's number 245, number 245, 246, and number 247. She appeared with those three, the other 2 dolls in that episode. And she was the last one at the very end. And then I brought her back a second time to do a video about her. I'll tell her about her mixed blue and purple eyes, which is very rare to see in a doll like this. That her eyes are actually purple and, blue, which is weird. And they sort of look wild looking. I brought her back for that reason, to have her shown to all the fans before that. Way before I knew all this stuff happened. So I'm saying that to all the fans to speed up. And watch for the conclusion of part 3 of the real creepy doll man from Louisville, Kentucky, tells another true story of the succubus spirit doll. Part 3 will begin after this. Now I'll say goodbye and see you to the next episode in the next few seconds.